Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Okay, royalty, time to get out that tea, that petty, petty hot tea. So, okay, let's. This is gonna be kind of it's gonna be disability life slash river of racism slash let me do that river of racism. Yeah, it's been a messy few days, so but let's see. And then a woman's episode and political. It's just gonna, and then also like a lot of colonizing women. If you know what the colonizing women versus the underground railroad women are, yeah, okay. A lot of colonizing women, they get so offended when black women say that they don't feel comfortable around them, they don't feel safe, they don't feel like we can talk to, and we know that they will never understand us. And especially they say no, but then they turn around and say something racist and arrogant and awful and terrible and heartless and bigoted and something that shows that they have not an ounce of empathy. Yeah, yeah. Those are the people I'm going to be talking to today. Today. So I have been watching a few videos about, if it started off with that one woman who now they are calling the food stamp lady. She was eating that dry toast and like with the peanut butter and butter. Like, part of me is just like, okay, a lot of these people judge people on food stamps and telling them to eat healthy and everything like that. But on top of peanut butter, you're going to add butter, something with high cholesterol and things like that. But then I hope you have good health insurance, because if you keep eating that, your arteries, yeah, it's like, I'm just saying, your arteries might end up with a situationship with some with some medications and doctor's appointments and things like that. But you are just, yeah, I'm just, and I like that alone, like, because she was just, and she made sure that bread was so dry that you were going to hear every little petty crunch. And there's good petty, and then there's vile, awful, like heartless, burnt up heart type of petty. And I mean, this woman, it sounded like she was just so proud of being evil. She's just so proud of it. Like, no one can stop her with her vile, like, just disgusting behavior, to the point. I don't, but okay. Most of you guys already know, but just in case you don't know, it's like we're going to be talking about this woman who, again, she was eating that dry toast with the peanut butter and butter, and she was judging people that are on food stamps. And for one, I'm like, okay, why are you in their business? And also, how are you going to get into people's business when you don't know their story, situations, and everything like that? Because if you really knew the situations, you would know that a lot of people who need the food stamps, it is for their children. And she want, like, a lot of people, I keep hearing a lot of the colonizing women, a lot of the colonizing women, they're like, because there was another woman who I found through another video, watch it, she had the nerve to say, now you guys can learn how it feels to be in my situation. And it's like, she mentioned she was a single mom. She's like, and I didn't choose this. Okay, not many women choose to be a single mom. Okay. And then she talked about her car accident and how they weren't able to help, like, she wasn't able to get the things that she needed because she needed an eviction notice and things like that. And it was really funny with some of the things that she was saying, because I really want to know who she voted for, because it was someone in the squad. I think it was AOC, but it might have, like, I forgot which one of my beautiful ladies in the squad. They were actually trying to change some of the laws with that. And also, when it comes to Bernie Sanders, if they had gotten health care for all, that would have changed, I repeat, that would have changed some of the like protocols and the things that were needed for people to be able to get help and assistance, especially if it's because of health needs, especially if it was from a car accident. So when this woman was just trying to say, I don't have pity for you, I don't care about you, like just being so heartless. And I really want to know, if do either of these women go to church? Are they religious? What do they believe? Which book do they believe? And if they believe in one of the books, I want to be like, okay, so I guess you cut out certain chapters, certain verses or something, because it's not making sense. And it's not, because like she even says she has a son. And but because they weren't the system, since the system wasn't able to help her and her son, she doesn't want to help anybody else because she only cares. And see, I keep hearing this from Republicans because, and I understand your son comes first, but also, like, when a lot of people judge black women, they don't understand we vote for everyone because, like, the poorest of people, the weakest of people, it's like that kind of, that is like the backing of our population. We need to help the weak so that as a whole we can be strong. But it's like, I don't I don't know, it's just really frustrating and annoying because, like, first it was peanut butter woman, and then it was the like truck accident. Since I didn't get any help, you don't deserve any help. And then she had the nerve to say, some of you guys have been on the system for 10 years. Well, you know what? Yeah, especially if they're kids, it's like they can get fed until they're 18. And then those born with disabilities like myself, it's like I've never been on like food stamps and things. It's like, and it's like I've worked my butt off all my life, but there was a time where I did need some, like I am in a political, or not a political, I'm in a government nonprofit system who they're helping me get my life together, because it's like, since doctors were too lazy and too stupid to listen to me, they had the nerve to call me a liar. They had the nerve to tell me that I was making it up. They had the nerve to say that I must want attention because how I walked for over 30 years. Okay. So like working for so many years until, like, I was working 2 or 3 jobs while my legs hurt so badly. It's like sometimes, like, just getting out of bed, I'm like, okay, God, just get me to the car. I'll figure the rest out. That was the amount of pain I was in. And also trying to find a job with a disability. It's really funny how these colonizing women have the nerve to judge people, but then they put down DEI programs that would help black women, and also it helps white women the most, but they don't even, they're so closed-minded, stupid, bigoted, and racist, they don't even know that. But yeah, DEI, it had like the women who are hating on the rest of civilization, the women who put down people who they think are lower than them, those same laws, those same programs were built for women like them. But then they can't wait for that system to not help anybody else. Because if it doesn't help them, they don't care about you. But then people wonder, like, people call black women racist sometimes when we preach the truth and we say what's going on. They want to hate on us because we try to keep our space from these colonizing women. But listen, like, these colonizing women are literally telling you what we've been telling you that they say. But a lot of you guys didn't believe us. You don't trust us. You say we're making it up, but they are saying it and taping it. They are proud. to be awful, hateful, heartless, poor bigots, okay? Poorly educated bigots. And this is all in my opinion. Because some people, like, MAGA's gonna applaud them. Some MAGA person's gonna hire that woman because she lost her job. I hear, but and like a MAGA company, like, oh no, we love bigots, but like turn in your application, and it's really just disgusting and sad because like especially a lot of these colonizing women are they're the ones that go to church every Sunday, and these women, it's like they see themselves as leaders and things like that. They want to lead while they put down others and judge others to a point where they dehumanize. They want to make sure they feel like they're on top, and they want to judge those who, like, don't forget veterans. Do you know how many veterans and injured veterans come back over? Veterans who are have like PTSD, who need assistance. But then it's like some of them say they've been on it for years. Yeah, they've been on. It's like, okay, yeah, it's like people with disabilities. It's like, yes, my demographic, it's like, okay, not all of us need it. Some of us try to work, but then you guys are too racist, bigoted, ableist, awful, terrible people, and so close minded. Even if, like, I've been told so many times that I am overqualified or I'm like the top candidate and everything like that, but then I don't get the job. And, or they tell me, oh, well, we don't have an elevator. It's like we would never be able to get you up and down. It's like if it wasn't for that, we would give you the job. And or let's go to the let me do a couple more ableist like comments. Oh, well, our clients would be distracted if they saw you walking around like that. And or, oh, why don't you go get fixed first and then come back and work for us because your resume is outstanding. So now I'm going to go to the racism part. I turn in my resume and they're so impressed. They call me in, they see me, and they see that I'm black. And then they tell me, oh, I would have never pictured you looking at this resume. And or, which one of your parents are white? And or, where are your parents from? No, where are they really from? And or, how did you learn how to speak like that? You speak so good. Oh my gosh, you're so proper. And or, I can't believe someone like you came from Detroit. And or, I mean, well, on and on and on. Like, cause yeah, now I'm thinking of like I'm gonna do a whole episode where I'm gonna create a whole list. But imagine all of those comments. People say they're against DEI, but then it's like sit in on one of our job interviews. It's like I told you guys about the Taco Bell interview, and I didn't even tell you everything. It's like I might do an extended version because there were more racism comments and ableist comments and things like that. And there was even one where it's like he even asked me, he was like, so why don't you have any kids? He was like, I know you guys normally have at least a couple kids by now. And this is when I think 2 or 3 years after I finished college. So I think I was like 23, 24 or something like that. And so I will never forget, like when he said that, I was just like, what? It's like, okay. Like, so even when I was interviewing at even specifically Taco Bell, and then oh yeah, the McDonald's interview, oh that was fun because it's like it got to a point where even with my education, and I have more education now than back then, but even with my bachelor's and my certification, I think that was the McDonald's. That's what I had. It's like they just called me in because they want to laugh at me because they're like, "Why would someone like you want to work for us?" But then I try to go to the advertising firms and the marketing agencies, and they're just like, You walk like that. There's no, like, no, it's like, there's no way we're going to hire you. But they don't believe in DEI when I face those things every interview. And also with my name, like, yeah, let's just say it's a whole topic right there. But these jerks of women, it's like they have the nerve to judge others when it's like some of us want to work. And like I said, like, I've worked two or three jobs at the same time. And the thing is, like, I worked those jobs and invested my money because I never knew how long it was going to work out, especially with my walking was getting worse. And but it's like at the same time with a lot of people, they're not like they wouldn't be able to do that. And it's like you don't know someone's full story. You don't know their situation. And so I'm just at a point where I'm just disgusted by them. And one thing with the original woman, the peanut butter cholesterol, like, is I from another, I forgot, I've watched a few of these, and it's like on top of her losing her job, someone else mentioned that in her past she was online kind of asking or begging for food assistance or clothing and things, and that she lost custody of her children. And but then it was either her or the woman in the with the car accident situation. One of them was like, stop having 9 kids and put on protection and etc. etc. And even like, and with the woman with the peanut butter situation, is like just some of the comments, they sounded a little racist. They sounded like they were aimed at a certain demographic. And like with a lot of MAGA people, they always assume that certain programs are for the black community. And that's one reason why it's like a lot of them are cheering on the thought of taking away SNAP because they think it's going to hurt the black community. But then they don't do their homework and they don't realize, like, the states with the most people with SNAP are in heavily red states. A lot of the people who need food assistance are Republicans. And so again, they are going to be hurting their own people, but it's like their aim was wrong. And this is why we keep saying, like, the orange guy loves the poorly educated, because the poorly educated, since they only listen to Fox News and Newsmax and things like that, they are so excited and happy to hurt people based off of what they hear on those news stations. And at the same time, it's hurting themselves, but they don't care because they feel like, as long as I hurt some black people, as long as I hurt some people that are not white, I'm happy. It's like, oh, it hurt my aunt a little bit. Oh no, okay, now I care a little bit. It hurts a white person I know. Oh, it hurts my kids because, yeah, remember like Marjorie Taylor Greene? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she didn't really care much about the health insurance situation until it hurt her personally. And because, like, with that car accident woman, she it's like she doesn't care about the program because it did not help her personally. And to me, that is just astounding. And I don't know, it disgusts me because part of me is just like, why does everything in our country have to affect you or assist you? But it's like, I do empathize with her. And at the same time, I think it's amusing because the Democrats were the party that were trying to change parts of the system so that she would be able to get assistance. But her party voted against it and turned it down. So I just find it amusing. And at the same time, like the party who is for Christianity and everything, they're not for love. They're not for compassion and forgiveness and things like that. They are for how can I make other people hurt? How badly can I just make their lives so I can watch them? I want to make sure they are beneath me. I want to make sure that I feel superior over them. I want to make sure I feel power. Because a lot of this is having a power trip. And especially since a lot of them are so ignorant within our education system, they didn't learn that much of our history that they don't understand we are repeating history right now because throughout all of African American history, first it was slavery and Jim Crow, and then segregation, and it's like in the sit ins and the protests and everything like that with the Black Panthers and everything. And because you have to remember, it was the Black Panthers that even started the system where they were trying to have like free breakfast and lunch for children, trying to make sure all of the children were fed. It's like if you've been paying attention, a lot of times it is the African American communities that start different like trends and everything that will help uplift the people. And it's just, it's sad how people keep hating on the African American community when we are the ones that usually are the ones trying to help each other out and get things started and created. But then you blame us for the violence. But then you look at this wrong, like some of the statistics you don't really look at because you go and turn on Fox News where they say majority of the crimes within the American population is by African Americans, but that is not true at all. But then at the same time, I believe 64 to 70% of let's see, the child corn type of crimes are by colonizing men. hmm But they don't want to say that out loud. And like majority of the school bang bangs are by colonizing men. It was like they don't want to look at those patterns. They don't want to look at those patterns. But when it comes to food stamps and then the prison system, even though it's like police do what they've always done, our police system started off as the slave catching like bureau. That's what they were. They were slave catchers. That's who we call our like that. Well, we don't call them that. Well, technically we do, but it's like they were slave catchers then, and nothing has changed. They target and look for black people. That's who they want to arrest. That's who they want to catch in the jail prison system. They don't give them second chances. But with a lot of the colonizing men, oh, I don't want to mess up your life, young man. Oh, you're a young man. I want to give you a second chance. Oh, you didn't mean any harm, even though you harmed women or girl. No, some of them, they're not women. Like 12 and 13. Oh, one was 9. One of them was 9. It's like they say that they don't want to ruin his, but it's like, but this idiot, this jerk, this stupid, no good piece of scum ruined her life. It's like, do you think she's gonna even trust any guy and like anymore? Do you think like, and what about her parents? Her parents might be scared because, especially a lot of times, they're relatives. It's like, do you think they're gonna allow her to be alone with any family member ever again? Heck no. Heck no. Like, squared. No. But it's like they don't look at that. Like, whenever they look at patterns, they target black on black crime, even though black on black crime versus white on white crime, the percentage has not been too different for over 30 to 40 years. And then also, white on white crime, there's more of that than there is black on black crime. And then even when you look at shoplifting, yeah, it's like people always want to think it's the African American community, but but it's not. And so I don't know, just looking at these patterns and everything, it's just, but then you also look at food stamps and they always want to look at black people. Whenever there's any type of assistance, they look at black people. When most of the assistance programs, it is to the colonizing people, and it's to the heavily populated red states. But then they keep wanting to put it on black people because they want to be able to say that we're lazy and say that we're not smart and say that we're not capable. You should see this. Oh, I've got so many screenshots I am going to be sharing with you. Oh, but just know that, I mean, I'm going to end this with a lot of these colonizing women. They get so offended when we don't want to be near them. We don't want to talk to them. We don't want to, like, I'm going to talk about the book talk version of this sin, because a lot of these MAGA booktubers, whoo, 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 whoo. Yeah, when I'm finally done with this novel, have it edited and everything like that, I have been making a list. And just like Santa Claus, ho, 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 I've been checking it twice. And I'm going to be looking at newer videos, like once I have the novel done and once I have the candle business started and all that stuff like that, I am going to be creating my packages that I want to send out to some of the book too. Like some of them will be getting a nice full package. Some of them will be getting like the book version, and it's like, yeah, one step at a time, because I'm one woman with a disability, so my budget. But anyway, it's just some of the disgusting, awful things I hear on Book Talk from some of these MAGA booktubers. I would just say they do not have to worry about getting a copy of my novel. They do not have to worry about getting a copy of my, like, the way that they is. I It's like sometimes I'm just stunned. It's horrifying. But and she's saying that since something doesn't help me, I don't want to help anybody else. Just think about the black community, just especially think about black women. It's like people want to say they don't want DEI anymore. They don't want, it's like, oh my gosh. Especially like when they voted down, or when Supreme Court took away the system for college acceptance. Do they know that all of these systems were made for colonizing women? They were made for white women. It's like, do they know they benefited the most? They put down a system that helps them the most. But then they always look at black people because they always want an excuse to be racist. They always want an excuse to judge and like be stereotypical to the black race, because they automatically think we can't do, or that we're lazy. But then they don't take the time to look at our history to see why, like why our situation is the way it is. Because they love that power. They love the power to be able to say that they're better than somebody. And they'll even say it with all of their heart and be vindictive and awful and terrible. And then they'll take away your power from even voicing like what you say back. They don't want to hear your response. They just want to spit out their racism. They just want to spit out their hatred. They just want to just spew whatever awful things they can come up with, because they want to force you to listen, because they want that attention. And it's disgusting. But thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But more importantly, I am human, and you're human too.